Little while back was an alcoholic. Had a mental breakdown like a year ago. Came close to put me in a coffin.
Good morning, early morning shit, man. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. We're back. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. You need to do that. Let's watch the channel grow. Like or dislike, keep it real, whatever you choose to do. Turn that bell on so you know when new stuff comes out. Definitely leave a comment, man. I need y'all's feedback. So today we're going to talk on being turned out in prison. And it's not something you see a lot of. And I'll break that down, man. There's a large gay population in prison. Got a lot of transgenders. I've seen dudes with titties. I've seen dudes with ass jobs. You see it all. You see, dudes that weren't gay on the streets come in there and become gay because in there it's a lot more acceptable. Me personally, was never my thing. I got nothing against the gay community. Hey, do you. Be true to who you are. I do support that. You know what I mean? Be yourself. Don't live a lie. So with that being said, man, it tells you that there's a lot of gay dudes in prison. Now, when it comes to being turned out, like I said, you don't hear a lot about that. And that's because you've got so many guys that are willing to just give it up. You got guys that have relationship with guys on the streets. So when they get in there, naturally, they're going to get into a relationship. They're going to find somebody, whether it be for affection, love, protection, food, whatever it may be. Because 9 times out of 10, the boys, that's what we call them, the boys, they get them a dude and they get a solid dude. You know what I mean? Somebody that's going to rock behind them. Somebody that's going to, punch you all in your shit, fight with you, do whatever, stab you, whatever it calls for if you disrespect that boy. Now, that should make it pretty clear that when you got all these guys that are willing to lay down with another man, willing to, do the as people would say, the forbidden, you don't got a lot of dudes taking it. You don't. It's there. It's everywhere. Why are you gonna rape somebody when you got a whole gang of dudes that are looking to, not get raped but do the same thing? You know what I mean? So this involves a story, man, of a dude that I knew from the streets. He wasn't from my neighborhood, and I'm not gonna put his name out there. A lot of people say, oh, you need to put them type of dudes on blast. I'm not gonna put his name out there because he wasn't gay. He didn't go in there gay. I don't think he ever had any intent on being gay. But anyway, this dude was from another neighborhood, man. A neighborhood that my neighborhood at the time beefed with. And I'd seen dude fight a couple times. We had, fought against him and some of his homeboys a couple times. So I knew dude was a thorough dude, you know what I mean? But where he just showed up, which was Greensville, this was 2008. It was, if you're not built like that, it's going to come out real quick. And he was all cool with fighting when he had 10, 15 of his homeboys beside him. But I knew for fact, one-on-one, he wasn't trying to run nothing like that against none of them dudes. So it's 2008, man. I'm working out. I'm on the weight pile. I'm lifting weights, laying there. It's my set, bench day. And I hear somebody yell at me through the fence. Dude was like, yo, Jay. And at first, I didn't even acknowledge it because I ain't trying to fuck up my reps. Keep doing what I'm doing. Swole game is in effect. You know what I mean? We're getting big, hot, summertime. So after I finished my setup, the dude that, that was spotting me, it's his turn on the bench, and the dude that was behind him spots him. So I had a couple, a good little minute. I go over to the fence, and boom, I see dude face to face. And he's like, what's up, man? They told me you was up here. They said you was over 7 building, and he had just came in, so he was down 9 building. And there's a rec yard fence, you have a yard and then a weight pit in the middle, which is surrounded, it's a square with 2 fences down it, a big concrete slab, and massive amounts of weights on it. Everything, incline, decline, squat racks, you name it, everything you need to get big. And then on the other side of the fence, half of 8 building and all of 9 buildings are on that yard. So if you're on the weight pile, you can pass stuff through the fence, you can talk through the fence. And if you're not, you can, yell through the, 30-foot gap between the 2 fences to the other fence. So I'm standing there talking to him. I'm like, what's up with you, man? Shit, I got 5 years, man. I'm here now, so that's what's up. How long was you in the jail? And he tells me. So we get the vibing and kicking it, catching up. Me and dude personally never had problems. I had some problems with his brothers and them, but I never had problems with him. My best friend, I watched lump him up one night, but that's about as far as it went. That was, between them two, and they handled it. So he's telling me, man, yeah, I'm down 9 bills, man. I ain't got nothing, man. I said, word. I said, well, look, come out tonight, right tonight. I'll bring you out some tobacco. Not no Newports, but I'll bring you some loose menthol. Bring you some rolling papers and a lighter, a couple blacks. So I'll bring you some food. Just something to get you off empty until you get to the store. He's like, good looking. So we break ways, man. He walks his laps with the dude he was walking with. I go back to lifting weights. That night, I come out, and, once again, I told him, y'all got the weight pit tonight, so make sure you go in the weight pit. You ain't got to lift weights, just go in there so I can pass this shit through the hole in the fence to you. He's like, I bet. So that night we come out, I give him all the little things, that I told him I was going to bring him, that I promised to him. Oh, good looking. I said, well, look, man, tomorrow, I'll be out here tomorrow morning lifting weights. We get the weight pile again. I said, yo, come on, holler at me. He's like, all right, bro. So he comes out, and we're just in conversation. Been on the yard maybe 30, 45 minutes in the weight pile. We're talking. I said, so how's your celly, man? He was like, oh, he's cool. I said, word. He was like, yeah, they got me in the cell with a dude named Treetop. Treetop is 6'5", maybe a little bigger, maybe 6'6", 300 plus pounds. Just big, massive, angry black man that smiles all the time to not come off as angry, but I've seen what he's capable of. And he's a mean person, man. And his reputation in prison is he turns out white boys. His last white boy ended up getting beat up by another boy and got shipped. So I'd heard this. This was maybe a week or two prior to my homeboy getting here. And I'm like, you're in the cell with Treetop? And he was like, yeah. I was like, man, you got to get out that cell, man. He was like, what's up? I was like, I know you done heard about Treetop. He's like, yeah, I heard what people said, man, but me and Tree talk. He was like, I ain't worried about Treetop, man. I go upside Treetop's head. And this is when being gangster goes wrong. You can't beat everybody. I don't care who you think you are, all that. Oh, y'all kill somebody, but you don't know what. Man, stop. Because when it's you and that dude in the cell, and that dude grabs a hold of you, and you don't got no way to defend you, and he's 8 times stronger than you, it's a no-brainer what's about to happen to you. So I'm telling him, man, I'm stressing the situation. I said, look, man, I'm not, trying to tell you what to do, man, but you really need to get out that cell. Like, dude is a booty bandit. Dude's gonna try you. That's what he does. He gets white boys moved in his cell, and he moves on them. And it usually don't end good, man. Nah, man, ain't no shit like that, man. Anyway, what you up to, man? What y'all doing down 7 billion? Y'all smoking down there? Y'all got this, y'all got that? Just brushes me off. I said, yeah, man. So I talk a couple more minutes, go back to my workout. Following day, I see him. He comes out on the yard, got a fresh pair of Levi's. Now, in the state, we wear state-issue jeans, but you can order things. Levi's shoes, Tim's, different, blue jean shirts, your own white tees, socks, just the simple things, right? I seen him the next day, and he's on the yard, and he's got fresh pair of Tim's on. He's got a fresh pair of jeans on, fresh white tee, like, you know what I mean? A watch, you got a G-Shock on. And I'm like, yo, bro, you coming up fast. Like, where'd you get all this? He was like, shit, Tree's a store box, man. And he's hustling, man. He just threw it to me. And he's smoking Newports, packing a pack of cigarettes right in front of me. I'm like, no, bro, get that shit back. Get the fuck out that cell, man. Man, I'm good, man. Me and Tree rock, man. That's my dude. He told me about some of the shit he done, man. That ain't me. He knows, like, I'm trained, bro. I go. He ain't gonna try me. He tried some weak people, man. He ain't gonna try me. I said, all right, man. So he's talking, and I'm just looking at him. And the whole time I'm looking at him, I'm just thinking, this is gonna end bad for this dude, man. This dude ain't got no clue as to what's waiting ahead of him. He better hope that his Rumble game has stepped up times 1 million, because, that, and honestly, that's not gonna really matter if dude gets his hands on him first, because he's so big. I come out the next day, man. I yell to the fence and shit. Hey, what dude there? Tell dude to come out at me. I'm like, I don't think he came out. He ain't come out, Jay. I'm like, all right, good looking, man. So I walk off. 3-4 days goes by just like that. Nothing. I don't see him at Chow. I don't see him at the Boulevard. Like, I don't see him nowhere. This dude is like, I'm like, damn, did he get sent to the other side of the yard or something? Finally, man, it must have been pushing a week, man, I seen him. And the only reason I really recognized him is because I saw a Treetop before I saw him. Like I told you, Treetop is massive. And I see Treetop. They come out the back door of the building, the rec door. And Treetop comes out, and right behind him comes dude. They start doing laps, and I yell for dude, and dude don't even, like, he glances up at me and don't acknowledge me. As he gets closer, I realize the whole side of his shit is just swole and knotted up, like black and blue. And he's walking beside Treetop, and he ain't got on them Levi's no more. He ain't got on them Timbs no more. He's got some tight-fitting jeans on and a pair of shower shoes and a white t-shirt that was way too small for him. Almost like something a 13-year-old girl would wear. And as I'm yelling for him, he will not acknowledge me. And as they get closer, I see his face, and I notice that he is so close to Treetop that you can pretty much sew their clothes together. And I'm looking, and I'm like, damn, no. So I send word down the 9 building to my homeboy Green. I said, Green, find out what's up with dude, man. Is you know what I mean? Is dude a boy? And he hits me back, you know, later that evening, child. He was like, yeah, that's Treetop boy. He's like, he's making his food. He's doing everything. He's like, I'm going to find out more about it, man, and I'll hit you back. So he does a little digging, man. He talks to some people. And dudes in prison are like females, man. They love to gossip. I come to find out, Treetop tried him in the cell, man. You know, I don't know the extent of it. I just know Treetop, you know, pretty much told him, look, I've been looking out for you. Now it's time for you to look out for me. And wasn't no fight. Dude tried to fight. Treetop just smashed him, gorilla punched him, beat him down, and then he took that. You know what I mean? He raped dude. Well, I seen dude after this a lot, man, but it wasn't the same. He was now walking with the boys. If the boys stayed on the sidewalk and the dudes told him, y'all stay on the sidewalk, he stayed on the sidewalk. I seen sometimes walking, holding Treetop's pocket. He was his boy, man. He no longer was this macho dude. He still had his tattoos. Treetop made him, you know, make sure that face was clean shaven. And it was a sad thing to watch, man, considering I knew this dude. I knew his girl. You know, I knew the names of his kids. And to know that this guy came to prison on some not real serious charges, man, not for a lot of time, and ended up being taken advantage of and raped and pretty much turned into a boy, man. It was crazy. And I remember going to the visiting room, going to see my mom and my son, I think, and I seen him in there, and he looked like his normal self. Normal clothes on, no tight clothes. And I'm sure he didn't tell his people, you know what I mean, that, hey, somebody's done turned me into a boy. I've been turned out. I remember just sitting there thinking, I'm going to put this dude on blast when I get out. But you put somebody on blast when they're doing something intentionally. Like if you're in there messing with boys and you got a girl at home and I run into both of y'all, I'm like, what's up with your boy, man? You know what I mean? Thought you like men. What you doing with her? Fuck around, get this girl AIDS, man. But with him, that's not the case, man, because what he endured and went through wasn't something that was intentional. It wasn't something I think that he enjoyed. I think it was something that got pushed on him. He had no choice in the matter, and it was either take that or get your whole entire head beat in. You know what I mean? Get your face caved in. And like I said, you can say what you want. I've never had to deal with that personally, but I've seen a lot of situations like that take place. Not a lot you're gonna do, man. You're talking about, I'm gonna kill him. Well, now you're known in prison as the dude that got raped and killed somebody behind it. So everybody, you know, he killed somebody, but they're gonna be looking at the fact that your ass got raped. You know what I mean? That's all it's gonna be talked about. There's gonna be court cases and investigators, and your family's gonna find out. And it's just a lot of, you know, times it's just, I guess it's just easier for these dudes to just go with the flow. But the biggest thing is not putting yourself in those situations. Those situations can be avoided. You're not gonna put me in a cell with a boy and have people thinking that I'm messing with boys. You're not gonna put me in a cell with somebody that likes boys or that's a booty bandit, because we're not the same. I need to be in a cell with somebody I'm compatible with. Someone I know that if somebody comes up in here and tries to do something, they're going to rock out like I'm going to rock out. We're going to bang out in here. Somebody that's like-minded, listens to the same music, has the same similar stories in the streets. That's who's going to be in my cell. Dude has been out many years, man, and people have asked about him. When you up such and such with him, and I'll say yeah, and I'll pretty much leave it at that. Because like I said, I don't feel it's my place to put his nightmare into reality. So that's what it is, man. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Dudes do get turned out. You know, he eventually got shipped. Treetop got into it with somebody else over a floor buffer. The thing you buff and make the floor shiny with. Treetop ended up, you know, boom, 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 knocking it out with another big dude. And, you know, they both messed each other up. So they ended up shipping both of them to a higher, you know, custody facility. Dude went across the yard to another side of the compound. And I didn't see him again. I've heard his name since I've been out. Like I said, I've heard people talk about him. And that's really what happens when nightmares become reality, man, being turned out in prison. It's a scary ordeal that a lot of people had to deal with, you know. They got a group called PREA, it's the Prison Rape Elimination Act that, you know, comes in and tries to stop things like that. But one thing about it is, once them doors close, it's on you, man. You ain't got no mom, no dad, no guard, no gun. There ain't nothing in there that's going to protect you or keep you safe but you. So a lot of times it's all in what you do, you know, as far as who you're going to have in a cell with you and how you set things straight right from the gate. In my opinion, as soon as he found out about Treetop, he should have put a soda, something in a sock, and went to go and just smashing him in that cell to the best of his ability. But y'all know what it is, man. This is what happens when you get turned out in prison, man. Just one of those stories. But y'all know, man. Until next time, it's Jay Williams. Let's live life. To all my real ones, like always, and there is some real ones, because y'all still rocking with me, watching me. Salute.
A little while back was an alcoholic. Had a mental breakdown like a year ago. Came close to put me in a coffin.